Okay, um, I'm in a car that has a lot of Japanese words and also English and also some, uh, is it called kanji? Which is Hanzi, Chinese words. So I've thought of a new method, which is look at this cruise control, return, accelerate, and then set deceleration. And then up there you have the Chinese word 解除, cancel. So this helps a lot. Looking at the aircon control panels, air conditioner low, strong, weak and strong, automatic cut in, air conditioner, temperature, 温度, that's a Chinese word. Sakura? What does Sakura means? Is that like a perfume or something? Anyway, down here, fast forward, rewind, take out, rear seat, stop, traffic information, position, sound quality, classic, rock and all that. Interesting. So this is the Toyota Century. Shift lock. Yeah, that's pretty easy to guess. But here is where it gets difficult. Let me try this. What do we get here? Strong, weak. Oh, seat heater for the rear seats. And there you have a Century logo, which is the Phoenix. Triangular window, door, automatic. And what about this one? Windrock. What does windrock means? Precaution when using seat heaters. Alright. And this, I presume, is for front door glass, door lock. And of course this one is the triangular window. Now these are pretty understandable, auto dimmer and all that. So that's the interesting part about this car, is that there are so many mixtures of Japanese words and all that. So this is the first generation Toyota Century, which I think of all generation Toyota Centuries, this is the most beautiful dashboard out there. So the basic architecture of this car, the steering, the dash and all that, and of course the whole exterior, helms from the 1967 Toyota Century. Of course, in year 1967, they do not have these type of gear levers yet, so it's a long gear lever here, and they do not have these kind of digital dashboards in 1967. It's a kind of really cool, analog dial that rolls left to right, like your old, really old radio player. Now, the first generation Toyota Century started production in 1967, all the way till 1997, where they updated the car. But let me see if I can have a stronger internet connection for me to search up one of these, which is very rare. I seldom see these cars for sale, but out of nowhere, when I have this car for review, this turned up. So in 1997, Toyota updated the Century. The body is largely the same, but of course they improved a lot of safety aspects and technology and all that. The front end was changed, which to my eyes is prettier than the 1967 one, okay, which is this one. This is largely unchanged all the way till 1997. In 1997, they have a better looking front end, which is this one, which later on when I go out from the car, you will see that this one is slightly better looking. Notice on the grille how it tapers down there, and the lights looks like a very nice square shape instead of the rectangular shape that this car has, and this car also has a more prominent front grille, a more bulging front grille, but largely stays the same. The rear is exactly identical. It's almost the same car from the rear. Yeah, some slight variations, but largely the same. I prefer the 1967 rear, and the sides are identical as well. The wheels are identical. The chrome strips of polished aluminium strips are all exactly identical in a way. But they call it the second generation. Probably it looks the same, but it's not. But I don't have figures on my hand. However, here we have a picture of its interior for the rear seats. As you know, in the 90s, they're trying to integrate technology, and my God, it looks like crap. It looks like some Camry or Corolla and all that. Yeah, it just doesn't look as good as this one. Look at this interior for the 1997 one. Of course, they changed the player, but it's a screen over there nonetheless, versus this one. This one is just screaming beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this steering wheel is gorgeous versus these type, which is the ones with airbags. Okay, now I'm gonna slowly go through this car. This video might be long, but I couldn't care less. As all my videos on my channel, I couldn't care less about running time. Alright, let's begin, shall we? The first thing that made me really love this interior is the color, the dark blue color of this dash. Look at how beautiful this dash is. The material that was used is just gorgeous. Even the plastics, for those of you who have touched Japanese electronics from the 80s and 90s, right, you can tell that the plastics that they use are of extremely high quality, very hard, no sharp edges. The molding was done perfect. The finishing was perfect. I mean, there's also art to producing plastics, and the Japanese has made it an art. I mean, compared to Italians, cracking German plastics and all that, biodegrading nonsense. All right. If your thing lasts, you don't need to replace them, and that's the most eco-friendly way. If your cars last, you don't need to replace them. That's the most eco-friendly way. Spending 200,000 buying this car, actually it's supposed to be worth more, but the owner wants to let go at 200, which I think is a bargain. All right, compared to spending 200 on an electric car, this is anyway. First off, the aircon vents on this side, and another thing, these are Japanese designs. Japanese designs, right, have this intrinsic, no fucks given kind of thing. They like to put this there. They gotta put it there. Whether it matches with the whole car or not, they couldn't care less. That is what makes Japanese stuff. European stuff's over sophisticated, right? German stuff, they like the Bauhaus design. Swedish, it's all design. The British and the French over complicate things, over sophisticate things just to make it look nice or just want to stand out. All right, but the Japanese are different. All right, look at this one. This entire piece is made out of metal. You can feel roughly the same kind of aircon vents in old Mercedes-Benzes. All right, and you can see this shiny frame. You see, this car doesn't need ambient lighting because the material that they use reflects light. And you can see all these disjointed parts because this is not plastic. This is polished aluminium. That's one piece. This is one piece of polished aluminium. This is another piece. This is another piece. This one as well. And in here is some plastic material that's been textured to feel like leather. There are many pieces being put together, but they're fitted really well. Okay, and then here is like a plexiglass, and then below will be the it's not LED. What do you call that? Some cathode ray tube thing. I don't know. but it's just cool. It is just cool, okay? And then here the buttons, you see, they don't care. They just put it there. It's convenient for you to press. It needs to have some haptic feedback when you press them and they bounce back. So be it. It's there, okay? And look at this one. This is to, of course, adjust the airflow. You pull it down, pull it up. You know, you can reduce the airflow. But what I want to talk about is this little logo here. The logo is made out of metal and is stick here. And here there is one piece of polished aluminium for no reason at all, other than garnishing it, and it's repeated over here and here and the edges of the air vents. They are cold to the touch, they're made of metal. Even this frame that houses the clock, see that? It's also made of polished aluminium. And this continues and continues, and this framing the Century word over there. And another thing, I put my phone here. This is so nice. It's such a nice place to put my phone. I do not know why. It's a absolute flat surface, almost like a ledge, and there is this edge over here. And I love it when my phone is blown cold to the touch. Okay, and this one feels like leather, but of course it's the same material. Very nice material over here, overall the entire dash. Now the thing I want you to, I'm not sure if you can see it, let me flash some light on it. You see this part, this little strip here is a single strip of aluminium again that has no reason to be there because this ledge is raised, and from your vantage point you cannot see it at all. You cannot see it at all. However, the moment you put your hands here, you touch, there is something cold to the touch because of the air. And then you run your fingers across. There are no connections at all. It is one single strip until this part. This part is another piece that goes up and until here. And then this one is just running across here. I suspect this metal strip, because these are, I think these are polyurethane injection mold material, and this big opening perhaps needs a metal structure inside to hold it, right? I suspect that's the reason that this was created, to keep it in place and hold it nicely there, okay? Up here, these are lights, they still work. And look at this light housing. Look at this housing. It's not in this color, but it's original. Japanese being Japanese, it's very high quality. There's not much of a Bauhaus design over there. There is no subtlety with this design. It is absolute 100% functional, a very high quality button that has absolute fantastic feeling when you press it, just like any Japanese electronics back then. And it's there. And this one is also plastic, holding the rear view mirror. And both colors doesn't match. They couldn't care less. That's Japanese for you. And then it's fun. You know this feeling, holding this, feeling the plastic is exactly the type of plastic that you feel in 747 Boeing airplanes or Airbuses. The kind that lasts forever. Yeah, that's the type of plastic they use in this car. Now this one, all these buttons is of a different buttonry type compared to these or those or these or these or these. They are different, okay? But this one feels more modern. This one almost feels like the type of button that you feel in modern Lexuses. You know, in modern Lexus, the modern as in 2012, 2013, the LS level, the legends are all still beautifully there. They still remain there, unlike, you know, like BMW F10s and all that. They start wearing off by themselves, and it's just wonderful. This piece here is absolute real solid walnut, beautiful walnut, okay? And this is the stereo player that comes with the car. Remember, this is a 1991 version, but these arguably look modern enough. And again, Japanese means Japanese being Japanese. You will see this in Lexus. where you have buttons that are big or small, but they don't care about the font size. The font size is big or small according to the available space there is. If they are able to use Chinese words, kanji, which shorten the entire word, they will use it. If they can't, they'll use katakana, which is a longer sentence. And it's just funny. And the stereo is by Technics. You know, last time Japanese, they have, you know, we always say that Panasonic Technics and all that, right? Is there. Okay, and it's a cassette player. And here's the gear lever, long, straight, but the feel of it is really nice actually. It's really nice. You know, old school, but very 90s. Overdrive, you know, you press this for overdrive, which is an extra gearing, right? And this one, I just want to show you this compartment. It's a simple compartment and it's carpeted in there. Very nice. The entire thing is a thick piece of walnut. What I want to say is the feeling of operating it, you know, is so damped, and then when you open it, it's silent. It's so nice. The feeling is just sensational. And that's the horn. You press here, you can hear it. Yep, very nice sound. And look at the blue color on the wheel, and the phoenix, that is the logo of Century. Okay, and it's just a thin rim steering wheel, and it has so much play in it. It was designed to slow down your motion. You can park the car here like that. I just did alignment yesterday, and you can be moving here or here. It does nothing to the wheel. Alright, it is engineered in to have the kind of loose steering wheel to slow down your motions when you are turning the car or slowly easing off, to give absolute comfort, not jerking the passengers. Alright, now this is an era where people haven't thought of cup holders, so there are no cup holders over here. There's a little compartment over here. The hazard lights are here, wipers, and the lights, you even have automatic headlights. Yeah. 1991 automatic headlights. And I have no idea what is this. Probably to do with lights, because when it's automatic, this thing is there. So I do not know what does it do. RPM is displayed here. That's the mileage of the car. Okay, and up here, again, Japanese being Japanese, this hinge is made out of solid metal and polish. This one is made out of plastic. Japanese being Japanese again. Of course, this one has to pivot, has to be able to pull this out, and then it pivots here, right? Can I pull it? I don't think so. Nope. So it pivots and rotates at the same time. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. And this is just high quality and thick. Of course, over the years, it has been a little bit out of shape. You know, what is original shape. This is also very nice to the touch. Soft touch. Okay, very lovely. Alright, the seats, these are original seats. They are very comfortable, but not very shapely. Don't expect them to catch you when you are throwing your car into a corner. And these are just classic Japanese, you know, just classic Japanese style. No other country in the world would put grandma's, what do you call that? I don't know what you call that, but it just screams grandma, right? And that's the seat where the boss is supposed to sit, and then you can pull this down to reveal a place. Okay, it's supposed to go flat. Let me power this to the front. Everything still works. Everything still works. So when you put this down, it's a very comfortable place. Look at the metal hinges that holds it in place. You can put your legs through. A very clever way to let the rear passenger enjoy. And if you don't fold this to the front, it doesn't even block the view of the driver. You see, in German cars, right, they fold the entire seat hanging here, blocking the side mirror of the driver, and then try their best to lift something up from the back to put their feet. But the Japanese, being Japanese, they are geniuses, right? They just lower this part of the front seat, and then you can put your legs through, and there you have it, a very comfortable place, right? Of course, the Chinese, this definitely come from the Chinese. The Chinese has the best solution when it comes to rear seat, like rear boss seating position. Their seats, their front seats, right? The seat back and the base can be separated when it is powered, of course, but the hinge can be adjusted whereby this top part collapses entirely onto this flat, and the dashboard was designed with a deep footwell and large enough footwell for the entire collapsed seat. This one will go down, this one folds on top flat, and the entire seat slides into the front footwell. You see a lot of Chinese cars having this solution, which I think so far is the best. Alright? Of course, the Swedish has a more ridiculous solution, which is an option without the front seats and have a little bulge of thing that folds out into a tray, folds out into a mirror, and also folds out into a screen for the rear passenger to enjoy, which I think overkill and removes the actual practicality of having another seat. Okay? So, yeah, these are the Japanese solutions back then. Now, that door is identical to this. Let's go through this. This entire panel is made of polished brush aluminium. Again, this entire lid is metal, and you pull open this metal to reveal something that Japanese love back in those days: smoking. Alright? They love their cigarettes and their ashtrays. Right? Anyone who's accustomed to Japanese culture or Japanese social culture the past many years would have attested this. They love their cigarettes. Okay? This one is the door handle to open the door. Simply pull it, and the feel of it is fantastic. Solid metal again, different two types of finishing, matte here and polish over here. That's the handle, that's the walnut wood inlays. The speaker grill is covered in velvet. Yeah, it's very nice. It's covered in velvet. The one on the bottom as well. And this classic cloth just screams Japanese and screams 1960s. Surprised that it managed to go all the way to the 90s. Alright, this entire panel is made of metal. It's still covered in the plastic wrapper. It is still covered in it. Super nice. And look at this. Usually it's rubber over here, right? This is a layer of textile, then the rubber seal. I mean, just to have a more dampened sound, right? The leather wrap part is here. Interesting. Very tiny door pocket, okay, and very thick carpets throughout the car. You can see this carpet being used in Rolls-Royce or Bentley or Porsches of this era. Here we have the dimmer, the light, minimum, maximum, dashboard brightness, and then side mirror controls, the fuel cap. The fuel cap can only be opened if the keys is in the ACC position. Even if it's on, it won't be able to open it. That's the boot, that's the bonnet, okay? And let's go to the rear seats, okay? Oh, before I do that, the window buttons are these. Alright, you let go and it stops. You let go, it stops. It's a separated button. This one, you have to hold it yourself. This one is one touch. And then it goes all the way down. One touch and it goes all the way up. Okay? This one is epic. Look at this window. That is the coolest thing ever. I don't think you have this in the newer generation Toyota Century. I think they should include it. It is super cool for this to scoop in air, and just to see it in motion, just to see how they engineer the rubber seals is amazing. Not only that, this one does this, that one as well, that one at the back, and that one. All four, they call it the triangular window, works. And look at the door locks, solid metal. And look at all this polished surface. Look at all this. In modern cars, they are made of plastics. This one is solid metal work. Look at that. Look at how the brushing of the metal works here. It is absolutely stunning. Even this part is metal work. All these are beautiful metal works. This one as well. And these are all solid metal. The hinges as well. All these are solid metal. Look at the windscreen. This is one piece of metal, one piece of metal, one piece of metal. Here we go. And then this one. All these are solid metal, not plastic chrome bullshit. Alright? All these are metal works. Castings. These are real metal as well. Yeah, that's the rear seats. Let's go in. That's my sitting position. It's not a large car by any measure by any modern measures. It is not a large car. Okay. Handles, very typical of Japanese cars of this era. Even the Crown has them. Door pockets, or the seat pockets. Look at this handle. This comfortable, soft touch handle. And again, solid metal stuffs all over. See, classic Japanese design. Oh, I can power my seats out. Look at that. I can angle my seats down to have a more relaxed sitting position, or a more upright sitting position. That is so cool. Super cool. Okay, and again, let me close this. I get my own ashtray and my own 12-volt socket. That means all four passengers have their own cigarette lighters. Okay, door handles. This one is a bit sticky. I remember it's a bit sticky. Let me try. Yep. Let me give it a little bit of push. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So nice. Even this one. And this is seat massage. Can you believe it? Oh, there we go. Starts. It's just the old type that vibrates. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's turn it off. Oh, the lights. You get two. One is for reading, one is just to light up. It's amazing. It is amazing. And that again is another typical Japanese design. This one is to control, okay, the rear air conditioner. I can see that. That one is for volume, time, sound quality, aircon, rear aircon. There's air blowing out from, oh, there's cold air blowing out from here. Actual cold air blowing out from under the seats. And another thing is that these type of old cars, right, the floor to ceiling height isn't extraordinary. So I'm touching the top of this. Okay, and you can see the seat belts follow the angle of the seats to have a different point of an anchor point. Oh, there's aircon vent coming from air coming from behind. That is so cool. Aircon actually comes out from behind. That is super duper cool. Okay, I've not touched any of these. I mean, this is not my car. This umbrella is a bit oversized, right? Let's not put it on top of this intricately designed aircon. Yeah, no air blowing at your face. This is, what is this? Let me see. Oh, storage. A cassette player at the back. Look at it. Look at it. Is that not ridiculous or cool? It's just super cool. And you can tell this little grandma thing is made for this car. It comes with the car. There's a divider, a separator for your stuffs, and this is just so cool. Whoa. Does it have auto reverse? Remember those days when you have a cassette player, all you want is auto reverse, where after it plays side A, it will play the other side. It will switch the head and then play the other side. You don't have to take out your cassette. That is so cool. Anything else here? No surprises? Nothing? Okay, I don't want to remove this. This is not my car again. That is so cool. So that's the rear seats. And when you're seated here, just look outside. How cool is that? Alright. And then you have a little mirror. Oh! Are you kidding me? Look at what they engineered in. Look at that. This is classic Japanese. Yeah, you can do your makeup and all that. Alright, and I don't want to break things, but these are Japanese plastics, not Italian plastics. Okay, Italian plastics, they would have broke. Super cool. Let's check out the boot. And look at how they engineer the hinges, the steps. Look at that. Look at that. How nice is that? Beautiful. What is this? A what? A thrash box? Oh, that's the sound system thing they hide here. Oh, there's a bin in here. That is so cool. And let me open the boot. Of course, you can also open the boot with the keys by pushing this little Phoenix logo. And check out the size of this massive boot. Look at the size of it and the finishing of it. Look at the type of carpet they use for the under tray. Such a high quality finishing. Look at all this, that the struts are over there. Look at that. How beautiful is this? These are the spare wheels. Oh, these have come off a bit. It's alright, nothing much. It's an old car anyway. That is so cool. How many dead bodies you can put here? I just love the opening of these old cars. And show you how the boot closes. You saw that? He pushes it in. Century. So the most expensive car that Japan makes is not a Lexus, it's a Toyota. Proudly a Toyota. Okay, and is none other than the Toyota Century. Look at how beautiful this car is. The rear tail lights, the individual pieces over here. These ones, these are plastics. These are not metal. These are metal. These are metal. These are plastics. Isn't this car gorgeous? And I went to the tire shop the other day. Well, look at the overhang from the boot to the wheels. I went to the tire shop the other day. I wanted to ask if I can change the tires to Michelin's, and the guy told me the sizes for this is currently only used on vans, commercial vans, Toyota Light Ace and all that. Alright, so it's interesting to know that Toyota's most expensive car, the car where the Emperor sits on, uses Toyota van, commercial van tires. But it's such a gorgeous car, isn't it? It is such a gorgeous car. That's the front end. Like I mentioned just now, the grills are more pronounced, more rectangular. The lights are more rectangular as well. And the entire bumper is metal. The entire thing is solid metal. This is polished metal as well. And this one is a 4 liter. There is a there is of course a V12 version. This is a 4-liter V8 version, but it runs silent. And unlike German cars, there's not a lot of heat being emanated out. The car runs cold compared to German cars that runs really hot and really warm, right? So that's Japanese car for you. You can start the car, run there. It's not like it's gonna expel a lot of heat out like European cars. These are the water gutters. Like then water runs like these. So nice. It is so gorgeous, this car. Alright, look at the seat adjustments. Look at that lumbar. Look at that. Okay. I wish they were made in metal, but again, Japanese plastics feels very high quality. The only part where I see this is finished in leather. Leather clad the entire center console, that you can see the stitchings here. Alright, but they feel the same as this. Actually, I think the polyurethanes feels much better to touch than the leather. Same color, same texture feeling. This one is smoother. Alright, that's the Toyota Century, which I absolutely adore. I absolutely love this car. If I haven't bought the Porsche cash, right, probably I would buy this cash. Yeah, it's a cash buy. So some of you may know I took out one of my FD and put it on a Porsche, but then, my god, that car is what, 2004, the interior falls apart. This one is just solid. Look at this button, it's beautiful as well. That's the thing, I admire cars that are built solidly. That is why I love Aston Martins. Aston Martin interiors. Oh, I mean, let's not talk about the older generation where with Ford, with Jaguar and all that, but the current generation, like the VH platform from 2004, from 2005, they're so well built compared to those Porsches from 2003, 2004, 2005. Alright, very solid interior. Alright, lastly, the seatbelts are very different. You press here to release them. They're very slim. Okay, there we have it. That's the Toyota Century. Switching off. You cannot take the keys out unless you press this. Then you can turn. Then you can take it out. Alright. Beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful car. I mean, personally, I prefer the exterior design of the 1997 one, but I will not accept that interior. This interior to me is gorgeous. Gorgeous. What do you think? Let me know. Driving this car for the past few days makes me want to save up and buy a new Century, be it the new one or this one. Alright, so nice. I want one now. I really want one. I want a Century now. Yeah, so nice. This is like the Grand Seiko. What a gorgeous car. What a gorgeous car. The proportions. Stunning. Stunning, stunning car. I know it looks like the old Lincoln Continental. I mean, that to me is beautiful as well. American cars from the 60s, from the 50s. Absolutely beautiful. Finished in immaculate materials as well. American cars in the 50s and 60s, and these are technically copycats of those. I mean, this is a pure copycat of the Lincoln Continental, don't you think so? The one that Kennedy was murdered in, and that car is gorgeous. That is, yeah, I would want that over this, the Lincoln Continental. But this is nice. That one probably might broke down, this one may not. Alright, cheers, hope you enjoy it.